Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute. This music isn't right. The scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time to the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Okay. Good morning, Nevermorians! I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you by a generous support from our good friends over at indiecd.org. Yes, the Independent Creator Directory, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, musicians, collaborators. Basically, if you want to make something happen in the literary, art, or even music fields, if you are looking for people who can make your plans and projects improve, these are the ones to talk to. And if you're looking for a place where you can be hosted, where people can simply hop on, find your works by what you do, and get a hold of you, IndieCD is the simple best place. It is small but mighty. It is growing daily, and I'm proud to be a part of it. I am proud enough to be a part of it that I need to remind each and every one of you lovely folks that the Independent Creator Convention will be happening in Fowler, Indiana in just, guys, we are just over a week away, okay? I mean, look at this, guys. We've got some of the best creators already lined up and coming from all over the state and beyond to the little tiny town of Fowler to give them a shot of independent culture. And you, dear friends, can come see what it's all about for the low cost of not a bloody cent. Drive out to Fowler, Indiana. Literally, it's on 52. If you're anywhere near Western Indiana, it is not hard to find. If you're near 41, come up 41 till it becomes 52. Or real close. Now, if you're north of it, come down 41, it becomes 52. Just come on out. Now, we're also made possible, of course, by sales of my assorted works, including but not limited to Hates and Hellfire, a story of terror in the Appalachians. Very well received. I am plugging along at a great clip on the second version. We'll get more into the second version, second edition, second volume. Yeah, I can speak the English language. I've been awake for a mighty almost 50 minutes. But guys, thank you for your support. The folks who went out and commented, the people who bought this book. Please share this around. This is sort of me making the jump to much more proper novel size. A lot of work, letting my horror out, is something I enjoy, but it's very daunting. So thank you. And it's not too late. You guys can all come in and comment on it all you want. The reviews really help. Share it, buy it. According to Amazon, knock on plastic, my order should be here Tuesday, which means I should have 5 copies of the hardcover version of Haints and Hellfire total. I'm going to try to keep them at about the introductory price. After this, it will be going up. Okay? Probably not a lot, but some, because my profit margin is not where it should be. I just wanted to give folks a chance to get that hardcover out. Now, if you want a lighter version of Visiting My Mind and its twisted tales of terror, look through the Thinning Veil. 7 short stories to chill your bones. Some of them are taken directly from my time as a paranormal consultant. Some of them are absolute balderdash. It's up to you to decide which is which. And of course, we're not gonna get heavy into Big Stompy Robots. You guys know it's great. I know a few of you elite, refined readers have read the novels in this series. Hard sci-fi-ish, sci-fi fantasy, explosions, good times, great mystery. And of course, because it's me, horror infects everything. Yes, I'm a bright, sunny, cheerful guy. Of course, my stuff is riddled with horror. What's his name? Junji Ito? Yeah. And of course, the simple sword, the fighting axe, and the simple spear. My ongoing series of books, and designed to teach you how to handle a sword when you've never held one before. Yes, after the convention, a few things are done. There will be more additions to that. Plus, in September, if this convention could go off fairly well, I've got something special cooking for the more gamey-minded individuals. Because as much as I am a lover of independent writing, I'm also a lover of independent games. And with what's going on in the major aspects of the game industry, especially some of the bigger boys, it's a great time to remember, hey, the little guys are out there. So I'm working on something neat. We'll get more into that as, Wonders and my beloved CFO are allowed. But let's get into accountability. Accountability numbers. Okay, first off, on Haints and Hellfire 2, this is the first draft. We are at, drum roll, please. Shouldn't do that till I'm a little closer anyway. 17,392 words. Just picking it up and laying it down, friends. It is the first draft, so there will be fluctuations and tinkering and meddling as I go through. But we are getting it done. Artistically, I've got a few more pictures that you didn't see live done, because occasionally I do draw for myself. And I will be on basically an art bender over the next few days and the coming week before the convention, because I like to have lots of new things for people who have been to my booth and are looking for something new. I like to keep the old stuff around because in part, hey, it's stock. Why not sell it? And in part because, hey, it might, just because it's new to me doesn't mean it's new to you. I mean, strike that, reverse it. Yes. Just because it's not new to me doesn't mean it's not new to you. There we go. Close enough. You know what I mean. Now, yes, Joe is watching my brain just, try not to 404 out over here. I watched him reach and go, wait, it's not PEBCAC, because problem exists between neck and hair. So, PEB, oh, that's not bad. Anyway, PEB, problem exists between neck and hair. I like that. My alarm clock didn't go off. And for those of you who've been following along, I got scolded yesterday pretty stoutly by a dear friend. Like, actually, it was Joe. It was like, Nick, bud, you got to do something about this insomnia. So I set out to do something about the insomnia, and I was planning to. I really was. But it's Thursday night, and I usually am either watching Stupid O'Clock and Last Man Standing, or I am chilling with my lovely wife. And because of distractions that happened on actual Valentine's Day, our Valentine's Day plan got a little delayed, which is something we regularly do. Holidays are not exactly steadfast items. So last night was spent looking for exceedingly inexpensive magic cards, because we figured if we took the $5 or whatever that might go to a store-bought Valentine, you could get a lot of magic cards for $5. And then we just keep getting cards that come in the mail as they arrive, which is delightful. So we spent not $5 and, got a few magic cards coming in the mail to upgrade our commander decks and stuff, which is fun. You should always have a hobby you can enjoy with your significant other, or else when you retire, you'll have nothing in common and you'll just stare at each other like this. Until, in failing, you end up that old couple where she's yelling at him and he's walking, and I don't want to be that. So we are picking it up and laying it down. On the good news, guys, it is Friday. And for a great many of us, we are going into a 3-day weekend. Not all of us, tragically. My condolences to those of you who will have to work. But for those of us who are, yay! That's the good news. The bad news is I opened the door and it looked like February outside. It looked like February in LaPorte County outside. Well, okay, it didn't look like February because I don't have, the 4 extra feet of accumulation. But I just watched this wall of big globby flakes coming down like, you got to be pooping me. And suddenly I know why I have been so sore and probably having trouble sleeping. If we're going to go from it was nearly 60 to cold enough to substantially snow, yeah, that's going to make me feel like I've been beat with a stick. So I know that I can adjust, I can move on. I will be starting a period, just as a heads up, between now and the convention where I probably won't be on late night programs, because I will be trying to calibrate my sleep down to get as much sleep, rest, and physical balance of activity and inactivity to be in my best possible shape for the convention. Because, guys, and we're going straight into it here, those of us with physical limitations, those of us with chronic conditions, those of us who have a medication list that make our dentists go, oh my, oh wow. To which I get to respond, yes, sir, it takes a lot to keep me going. We're not even sure how, but, I am powered by the wonders of modern pharmaceuticals, but we keep going, okay? Now, if you have to walk slow to be able to get a little bit of a sprint for one day, sometimes it's worth it. And rest assured, Sunday, the 25th, nothing is happening at the Tockert household, except I may slump out of bed, ooze my way down the hall, get some food, and ooze my way back. I don't intend to do anything at the day after that convention. I don't even know if the truck will get unloaded. I'm going to get home and I'm going to just go, and that will be good. Because sometimes you just got to put all your money on Black 26 and let that wheel spin. It's a compulsion. No, sorry, that's a reference to Support Your Local Gunfighter, a very good movie. Not my favorite in the Quasi series, because Support Your Local Sheriff is still better, but I'm a James Gardner fan. I admit it. Now, I know the evil, fluffy stuff is going on. And I know that with the weekend coming, a lot of us had plans that might derail. I see it for my end. It's enforcing us doing what we had planned to do, which was stay home and work on convention stuff and the house and other projects that I've been dealing with behind the scenes. But don't let it get you down, okay? There is a lot going on in the news. There is a lot going on in the world that can be rather spooky. For those of us with a little bit more age under our belt, it can be very spooky and very familiar. What it does is it makes me want to go out and buy a 3 or 4 of those school desks that we had in the 80s, you know? Because one thing I learned as a child, whatever was going on, all you had to do is get under that school desk and you're fine, right? Many of us were taught this. Is there a tornado? Get under the desk. Has the balloon gone up? Get under the desk. You know? Have interest rates fluctuated? Under the desk. You know? And several jokes came to mind because I am a little tired and a little out of it. That I will not say here so I don't have to green room myself. But, yeah, it's the return of Spicy Nick with a vengeance. But, and I know right now Joe's sitting on the green room button, just try it. Just try it, boy. Wah, wah, wah. No, you think he would hesitate to not the green room me simply because it's funny? Actually, he would because...
Actually, I'm sitting over the PebCac one. You haven't grabbed for your books yet, I don't think, unless I missed that.
What? I have.
Oh no, you did grab you grabbed Haynes. I didn't see you grab the rest of them.
Grab my books.
Yeah, you know the.
Oh yeah, I went through.
I didn't see. I saw you hold up Haynes. I didn't see you hold up the other ones.
Yeah, you got distracted.
Now I just wait for you to accidentally turn off your computer.
No, see, it's when I go for my phone or I set it down up here. I'm not putting anything but my glasses up here. Because, yeah, see. But yes, Haynes and Hellfire, it's a great book. You should buy it. If you have it, you're missing out. And people will laugh at you and mock you. But that's neither here nor there. All that being said, distractions aside. And boy, am I distracted today. Yes, it is gross outside. We are all, well, we're not all, because we are blessed to have an international audience of only the finest creatives. But those of us in, say, the middle chunks of this mighty nation are accustomed to the fluffy white stuff coming down. We are accustomed to getting the cold shoulder of winter brushed upon us like God's dandruff. It's fine. If you don't have to go out, don't. Look at it and go, wow, that sucks. Have a cup of your favorite, usually hot beverage. I can't be trusted with a hot beverage until I am fully awake in the morning. And since I don't have beverages that heat me up, that would help with that. I slammed this vitamin B inspired goodness that I get from Walmart. But you can be mad. You can be sad. You can be violet sky. I can be hurtful. I can be purple. No, you can get stuff done is what you can do. Now is a great time when the weather sucks. You're going to, the temptation is to veg out in front of the boob tube. And honestly, with current events being as they are and the wind up for an election year, I heartily encourage you to turn it off. Turn on something you can listen to while you work. If you're writing, listen to music. If you're crafting, you listen to audiobooks. And if you're in central Indiana right now, you're listening to the train leisurely going by, letting everyone know that it's coming, which I appreciate. I'm not complaining. But yeah, that's our guest. It's probably Dave and Dave and Tom? The names of the train engines that because of the weather they're creeping by awful slow. Oh, good. Yet another good reason that I'm not in the car trying to get anywhere. So, I want you guys to take this opportunity, enjoy the benefits of winter, enjoy I'm going to cuddle up with the people I love or the projects I love or optimally both and make something happen because it's going to be a beautiful day as long as you guys make it one and coast into that weekend, whether it's only 2 days or 3 days, or you're like our dear Dan Hollifield who's got time to burn and is making up for all his lost time by burning it through a retro rocket. Make good use of it. Stay up, upbeat, stay positive, and create, because that's what you are. You have the gift of creation, the spark of creativity. Use it. And if you're looking for a good place to channel that, well, I think I know somewhere. Yes, folks, we are getting things done this Friday. It's just you, me, and Joe's Chair. Hi, Joe's Chair. Thanks for stopping by. It's always good when you're chatting about what's going on and telling us about your life. Anyway, before we get in, before I say anything else too much, I want to remind you guys that the chat is far more interesting than I am. So like, share, subscribe, and get in on the chat. The chat rules are simple. Be civil, be polite, and read the room a little bit, okay? It does not take a lot, but the velvet rope has no slack, my dear viewers. Now, people who don't need any slack because they're spot on include our dear friend Kelly Carleen. Morning, friends. I'm home. Thank you. Taking steroids for small intestine damage, but will still have to go through surgery to remove the bad parts soon. I am so sorry, Kelly. That's awful. And Alex says, oh, wishing the best, Kelly. And check this out. Still working on Atomic Stories and is coming together other projects too. Bishop Kincaid is selling great. Thank you for buying the book, supporting me, and being my friend. Have a great day. Our every bit of positivity goes out to Kelly Carlisle, the author of Bishop from the Paranormal Case Files of Bishop Kincaid, the Rembrandt Stratagem, and the person who's putting together the Atomic Stories #1. I don't know how. Okay, this is an older graphic, but guys, Kelly is phenomenal at what she does, and what she's done versed in the incredible world building and establishment of Bishop Kincaid. It's pulpy, horror, actiony, almost noir. Just that little bit of Salt Bay noir. Just is good stuff. Excuse me. Be sure to read that. And I've been watching the collaboration and the people that are involved with Atomic Stories #1. Guys, this is really cool. We got some great names. We've got people who've come out of the woodwork to support Kelly. I need somebody to drop Kelly's book link, please, because this is that time where if you could throw a little love to her, it would be most appreciated. Now, I'm going to go through the comments, and we're just going to keep on trucking because I'm more than a little behind. And we've got Kelly saying hi to Alec, and Josh Koepp will try to watch when I leave the neurologist. Excellent, Josh. Hope you're doing well, sir. We're wishing a speedy recovery for you, Kelly. Absolutely. And good greetings. I am currently working on school and some art, trying to crank out as much as I can before the con. May not be in the chat today. Alec, my friend, if you're putting it down and you're laying it down and picking it up, yes, abso-fragging-lutely. Get it done. Morning, Josh and Joe. Accountability. Got my sign made for the con so people know who I am. Going to piece together time lapse for a bit of it. Also, burned a QR code last night and it works. That is one of the coolest projects I think I've ever seen anybody doing. The delightful irony of wood burning a QR code manually. Yeah, Mandy walked by and saw it, and as she scrapes her chin off the floor. And no, I'm not taking orders for QR codes being burned unless the money is really, really good. So what that means is, dear friends, you have to throw money at my good friend Joe to get that to happen. It just has to be big money. Respect the artist, respect the art. And hello, Donna. I hope you're keeping warm as she greets Alec, Joe, and Josh. And good morning. And hello, Trey, my dear. Trey, I have an off-topic conversation/question that I have to ask you. And normally this would wait till tonight, but I don't know if you'll make tonight. So, are you familiar with an anime called Spy Family? Because I was watching Spy Family not too long ago with my lovely wife. And please, no spoilers. We've made it through the first season, and we're waiting for them to get the dubs for the second season. Don't come at me. I'm nearsighted and, deaf. I like to be able to see and read my stuff. So I turn the subtitles on anyway. Her knitting needles she fights with sure look like they're awful close to 18, 20 inches long. Just seems to be that a double dagger aficionado like yourself could really pull that off. So put that in your little cosplay mind and just let that percolate in the back for the next time you feel like going to a party. And Joe says, it feels like I just left LMS. And good morning, Trey. Again, LOL. And we got lots of greetings. And Grant only has $344 to go for him to hit his goal. That's amazing. Hello, everyone. Accountability. Finished my large item for the con. And Mag's Mischief Fiber Arts is an officially registered business. Yes! I love that so much in my core. Build up your brand. Formalize yourself so you take it, more seriously. Enjoy what you're doing. Make all the money. Have all the fun. Life is not meant to be a grind. You can find ways to do things, still get rewarded for them, and still have fun doing it. You know, I want you to rise and shine and only grind on things you love. I know. Okay, you know what? I earned that one. It wasn't intentional, but I earned that one, not the green room. Anyway, a good morning, Dan Hollifield, the master of Apphilian and certain trans-dimensional taverns. How are you doing, sir? And we've got more greetings, and Carl is dropping the link for Joe for Grant's thing. He's not likely going to be here, so I'm going to say I'll run his ad anyway. Give me a second.
Sasquatch, the Loch Ness Monster, Mothman, the Jersey Devil, Chupacabra. For millennia, these creatures have perplexed the human race. But what if they are forces of good? What if they have been sent here by a federation of more advanced alien species to help and defend the human race? That's the premise of League of Cryptids, a new comic book by Grant Lankard, creator of the smash hits Beowulf and Memoirs of the Morbid. His new comic, League of Cryptids, is a 4-part story involving these 5 creatures banding together to defend Earth from an invading alien race, just as one of their members is losing faith in the human race and questioning their mission. The epic tale begins in League of Cryptids 1.
Yeah, folks, Grant's building another great universe with that. The man is just a powerhouse of creativity. And let's see. Okay, Dan. So we are. Yes, because I had said, "Hey, Donna." I know it's cold, but Donna's keeping it warm in here because it's not a morning unless Donna's out here keeping the mojo in the dojo. And Carl says, instead of bogging Nick down, I will just say, hello, everyone. It does make things a little easier. Oh, I better charge up my Square card reader thingy before the con. I need to acquire Square before the con. But if not, we'll just, parasite off of our good buddy Joe. And good morning, Carl and Dan. I need to make sure all payment apps are up to date and downloaded as well. Thanks for the reminder, Carl. Kelly, I hope everything works out for you. And yeah, Trey, I even added a MISC category on my Square account, so I don't have to add every single book on there, just $5 book and $10 book. Okay. See, I mixed on that because I can see the convenience to that, but I can also see how that can make inventory more challenging. Donna keeps track of every sale in case her publisher tries to rip her off. Well, you got to be careful. You never know. And morning, Thesis. And good morning, Bladed. Come join tomorrow as I drool over all the swords I would love to add to my collection. Sounds like a good idea, Thesis. Hey, Thesis. Hi, Thesis. Carl assumes the Dawn conjuring pose. And our own Foxy groggily slides in. How do you groggily slide in? Is that like inchworm style? I mean, I understand sliding in, socks and shirt style, but Hi, Foxy. Looks out the window, sees the S word, sees the sword coming down low flanks. Who broke the sword? No, I know what S word you mean. It's happening already. It is snowing. It is snowing quite prodigiously. At least it was when I looked out this morning. And good morning, Foxy. Hey, Foxy lady. Boom, 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 boom. And here comes the dawn. Shooby-dooby. Conjured. Good morning. Good morning, Dawn. Dawn is the author of a lovely little Facebook group where she a Facebook page where she tells stories about her fashionable felines. And there they are, Georgette and Buddy. And yes, I will pronounce Georgette that way until someone physically stops me. And then as soon as they've stopped stopping me, I'll try to do it again because I'm stubborn. Woohoo! I didn't even have to set up the Wall of Dawn temple to get her here. Well, I'm telling you, advances in technomagery have made summonings a lot easier, provided you can afford the laser grid. Now, if you're stuck with using an electrified grid, you have to deal with our friends AC and DC, and that's always so messy. Bonus points to anyone who caught that particular reference. Morning, Dawn. Hey, Joey and Carl. Time for more coffee. Yes, it is. First facepalm of the morning. Well, we're trucking along. There will be others. Hey, Donna. Okay, folks, here we go. Don't forget to like and share. Facepalm already. We're doing good. It won't be your last facepalm of the day. And Joe Bachman is helping the algorithm along, and bless you for it, Joe. And, oh, I'm sure Green Room tonight. Yes, it is. Morning, Nick. Good morning, Dan. I hope you're having a wonderful one. And Grant got a few more backers. Only 312 now until he hits his goal. Wonderful. Grant and his cryptids are kicking behinds and taking names. That is awesome. That is so good. It's already been, 4 days? Being that close is amazing. Hardcover? Yes, I will have 5 copies of the hardcover on hand when I hit at probably 8 in the morning. They may never make it to the show. I don't even think I'm going to get a hardcover copy out of this run. I'm pretty sure they're all going to go foop, 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 foop. So get there early. I can see Aunt Donna going broke at IndieCD.com, but it's worth it. Yup, Thesis, he's a rock star. Woo! Grant Lankert, I'm such a goof. I was up and ready for NTF, and I'm still late because I spaced out. Don't worry about it, Grant. You're in good company. Hey, Grant, I do that all the time. We got greetings. And hello, Sarah. Sarah, I hope you're having a lovely morning. Hey, Grant, don't worry. We conjured you. And good morning, Miss Saren. I hope you're having a lovely morning as well. Miss Saren is the incredibly talented narrator who is voicing Haints and Hellfire for the audiobook version. Out of the kindness of her heart, she's an absolute goddess. I am blessed to have such angelic beings come wafting through my life. I don't quite know how it happened. Maybe it's just a little bit of good karma, but I am eternally grateful for it. And Thesis says, congratulations on your Kickstarter being so close already, Grant. Thank you all for being so supportive of the League of Cryptids. All your shares and mentions have helped so much. That's what we're here for. And Dawn's greeting Sarah and Saren. Wow, I even said that right. And good morning, Grant, Sarah, Saren. And we've got, it's just about to mention that, Thesis. Hey, Dawn. Morning, Joe. Oh. Spoon! Richie's coming in with the battle cry of the tick. Hello, Richie. It's been a while, bud. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Richie. Everybody's happy to see Rich. I really should call him Rich. I just learned the name Richie by George, and it never left. Hey, Grant, we got all these greetings, and I'm going to pop through these because you guys can read. And Carl Witzman, I have a feeling most money I make will end up going to other vendors. I just hope I get paid enough to cover the convention. Good morning, Rich. Hi, Carl and Donna. Looks out the window. Good thing the con isn't this weekend. No, at last check, it's supposed to be 41 degrees, which is over that horrible freezing line. I foresee some book item trading, too. Me support barter? The trading of non-taxable goods? Listening mode is going on, so no one thinks I'm ignoring them. Okay, Sarah, you do what you got to do, darling. And yep, IndieCD.com is going to be a budget buster. Richie, where? That jerk owes me money. Beep, beep. Anyway, apparently, I've been I have to slow the heck down typing. My new med makes my typing faster. My keyboard is not registering every keystroke. I have that problem because I don't consistently have the same pressure depending on where I'm hitting. Grant says, I'm very happy. I'm starting to feel a little I was starting to feel a little frustrated, but it finally does feel like I'm finally starting to build the following. Grant, don't lose perspective. I know times are lean, but you have done the impossible for millions of comic book fans in that you created, published, printed, sold your comic, got it into stands. It takes literally hundreds of people and millions of dollars to do on the big scale what you are doing on the small scale as basically a one-man show. That's impressive. Guys, do not let the scale of your successes diminish their value. Got to have that perspective, guys. Hey, Rich, how's it going? And I'd love to blame that, Rich. I'm just a poor typist. Nobody's perfect, dear. And Rich, probably a good thing I'm not on those meds. My keyboard already misses some of the clicks that I do. Well, you just upgraded your keyboard. So, and Richie says he's doing sideways, but slightly forward and a little spinny, but it's a controlled spin. Good to know. And Thesa said, if I ever found somewhere to get the Portal Three Kingdoms deck that wasn't $100+ a card, I might consider it. Okay, two things, my dear, dear friend. First off, absolutely. Now, many of you may know this, some of you don't, but I am a enjoyer of what was described as fine luxury cardboard rectangles, and I have been since the beginning, to the point where, to this day, when I feel the corner of an unsheathed card, I think that the curve of the corners of the Magic cards still doesn't feel right, because I started with the original ones, and old Magic equivalent grognards will know what I'm talking about. And oh my God, Nick just described my parents. Oh, okay. I had to think about what you were talking about, and you have my condolences, but congratulations, because they did the wonderful job of bringing you into the world. Alex back. He's back again. Alex back. Phone a friend. Alex back. Alex back. Alex back. Alex back. Because it'd be so empty without thee. Okay. Hey, Alec. I'm going to be unsupervised. The wife and kids are going out of town. Woo! Take the old records off the shelf. Richie's going to be sliding around his house in his underwear. I know how it is. It's okay. Meanwhile, Carl Witzman is keeping giving us the stock report on Grant's Kickstarter. Only $288 left for Grant's Kickstarter now. Yeah, it snowed. And what's this? What's that, Alec? What's up? Yes. Wow. Bring us back to the 90s, friends. Welcome back. And that's dangerous, Rich, says Foxy. Grant says, I have a feeling today is the day my Kickstarter gets funded. I hope that is. Oddly, my accuracy's increased, but I was hitting the keys too fast for things to register. I throw letters at the board and hope for the best. Post a link for anyone that hasn't already. Please do. Grant, you're building a fan base one person at a time. Then they tell two people. Usually that leads to long-term success and friendships. And there's the link for the Kickstarter.com/project/Mr. Grant-tastic League of Cryptids 1. Last night, I know it was only a little under 350. Grant, and yep. Thank you for posting. Carl says, no problem. I want that comic. And Alex says, same on that, Nick. Just, crash once I get home after the convention. Oh, yeah. I'm not. It's not. You guys have this. There are things you guys will never witness. And the Nick gets done with the convention. What happens is I come home, and usually I am so keyed on the positive energy that I'm up for like 2 hours, like, and then I crash like a toddler, like face down in my Cheerios. Just, I don't go to bed. I just sort of impact the covers, and they rumple like an asteroid hitting, Sorry, I got distracted. Yoshi's insisting that I pet her. No problem. I just want one of those school desks so I can properly pop my back again. Oh, wow. They do that. And that could refer to both cats and school desks. We understand cats take priority. Rich says, I grabbed the add-ons for the digital so that I didn't have, as well as getting the print and digital for this one. Great to hear it, Rich. Oh my God, same, Joe. I bought one at thrift store just for that, Joe. Get under the desk so that they can easily identify your remains. Wow, womp, 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 womp. We're getting a little dark here. We bought a desk just for that. Well, maybe not just, but that's a green room situation. Works well for my jewelry and such. It's all about measuring the height of things and adjusting your counters as needed. Oh my God, I need that laugh. So true about the desks. Yeah, I think we just need to weaponize this 80s desk technology. Imagine if all our armored vehicles were lined in 1980s, like lead-infused children's desks. Nothing would get through. Hey, Sarah. I'm rubbing Yoshi's belly right now. We are loaded today. School desk roleplay. Thesis' house. Oh my. You bought a desk for green room reasons? Make sure it's sturdy and not that IKEA particle board. You came a little late. We are talking about the shows that are actually invincible. The desks from the 80s that the Russians have landed. Get under the desk. That will stop the effects of radiation, explosions, tornadoes, hurricanes. In the event of a flood, your desk can be used as a life preserver. But those old desks were rated at least, class 3 to class 4. Which I know because I will tell you guys a story involving one of those desks and why I always laugh when I see them. The old desks, metal desk with the hollow part. I am in 3rd grade. Now, it's important before I tell the story to explain that because my father is a Vietnam veteran, growing up, I had no toy firearms that looked like firearms, save for one that I got for Halloween and disappeared shortly after. All my things were the blasters. Okay, any 80s kid knows the series of noises that these things loop through, and like a couple Star Trek phasers, right? Because they look like dustbusters. So I did not know what I found on the playground, but it was this weird little plastic ring with 8 little tiny cups in it. And I was going to use it as part of a kit bashed, made out of junk model spaceship as the rocket engines. The only problem is there was this white junk inside one of the cups. So, being me, and ignoring math class because I'm tired of watching the numbers float across the board, I've got a stick, and I'm just trying to scrape that junk out quietly in my desk, unsupervised, I did not know that was one of the cap gun rings. I did not know that that was essentially flash powder condensed in that ring, and that by twisting the stick trying to scrape it out, I made enough friction to light it off. Now, a cap from a cap pistol is not that loud unless it's in a metal box. An empty metal box that's a little loose, say, 2 feet by 4 inches, 6 inches, whatever, whilst getting adjusted by my stick. So as I'm sitting there, math is going, there is a literal sound of an explosion. I fall back. My desk is smoking. And over the course of me falling back, the little ring that I had flown up and went in the grate of the heatilator, which no one saw happen. So, of course, everyone's like, what's going on? I don't know. My desk exploded. Now, I will say it was not damaged in the process. And I will say that it did make for a good story. But boy, did they empty your pockets. They dug around. They looked for everything to figure out how I got that desk to explode. Now, how I get cream of wheat to explode in the microwave is an entirely different thing, but I'm not allowed near that substance. It's far too volatile. You can ask my wife. And let's see, we've got, I so needed that laugh, rubbing Yoshi's belly now. We are loaded today. It happens. School desk roleplay. I'm just trying to catch up to where we are. Too exhausted to follow the chat, but I had to comment that one about the desks. Oh, yes. It's a shame that Jody McPhee isn't here for all this desk discussion. But you know what? Just because he's not here doesn't mean I'm not thinking about him in my heart of hearts. So this one goes out to you, Joe.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. And I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
That is such a gem. And yeah, Joe's a heck of a creator and just a neat guy. And let's see. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Cindy. I hope you're having a blast. I hope everything goes well for you. I heard something that like the assorted quad cons or whatever are going on. So I know you're probably involved with that. And Don says, I say let it get the white crud out of its system this weekend. Yes, for all of you who didn't get the white crud out of your system earlier in the week, we have to do it now. Anyway. Hi, Cindy. Oh, it's plenty sturdy enough. Trust me. Anyway, moving on. Waves. Hi. Ooh. I forgot yesterday was a heavy arm day. Hi, Cindy. QuadCon in Peoria this weekend. Good thing I'm close to the mall. Ooh. And tune into this show today now. So this is a link to this show today now. Because Cindy, look at how Cindy dresses. Okay. She dresses like that and regularly does time inversions. There is no force on the planet that's going to convince me that Cindy Koepp isn't a time lady. Sorry, just not buying it. Hey, Cindy, it's a sturdy desk for sure. I try to be good about what I contemplate my friends doing because unfortunately or fortunately, I am an artist and I can't not visualize. It's very hard for me not to. And because I'm dyslexic, I render in 3D. It can be problematic. Anyway, howdy, Cindy. And you can find my books, my other broadcast at, nope, that's this broadcast. Oh. And It has a TV on it right now, which needs to not be there. I agree. Find the Historical Fencing Guild at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, right there at the Historical Fencing Guild over on YouTube. Go there. Look, this is me today, like in the morning. Wait till nighttime Nick is loosed upon the world. It feels like one of those days, friends. And Naughty Foxy watches TV at her school desk, hashtag not the green room. Well, at least you know to correct yourself. Hey, and check out the tea room every other Saturday. This is going to be a fun one because Thesis is going to do a sword drool stream where he looks up swords he wants and probably can't have. Also, no warning at Camouflage 61821, which is also Brian K. Morris. There's no warning. You never know when it's going to happen. On Monday. Ooh, okay. Accountability. Learned a lot about Krita. It's an amazing, complex program. Made most of a pretty badge graphic. Hit a wall on text in a circle. Oh, that's the bane of my existence. Switch graphic to GIMP. Typed out all the instructions for text in the circle. I'll attempt that later. I have adulting to accomplish first. I foresee a new book. Old Dan's Guide to GIMP. You open it, it's just a picture of me. No. Not that kind of GIMP. Y'all need Jesus. I blame Hobo for Joe poofing. Yeah. It was Hobo. Never mind that his camera was shaking. Anyway, and he wasn't there. As you know, we were visited by he went full Tim Curry for a moment there. And normally it squicks me, but there was just that extra glee of I see. Well, I'm glad that everybody's having pleasant mornings. Afternoon delight. Anyway, that's been done. I need a guide to Krita in a language I understand. I know a lot of it's in Japanese. Check YouTube. Big stompy robots wield simple swords, spears, and fighting axes in a melee against Saints and Hellfire. I'm going to have to write something just mind-numbingly epic at some point because that blurb it's a conglomeration. But danged if I don't want to see a big stompy robot picking up an axe and going up against, and I can't tell you what I'm talking about because that would be spoilers. Anyway, thank you. Please buy my books. Seriously, they're awesome. And if you enjoyed Hates and Hellfire, go back and read my sci-fi stuff because it's written in a very similar style. Not sure if you're still with us in the chat, but thinking of you a lot. Lots, lady. Okay. And Tears is getting a bunch of favorable reviews. Go check that out on Amazon. Thanks, YT, for not telling me that Nick is live. I'm sorry, Foxy. Dan, I'll poke around with it this weekend if I don't squirrel out and see if I can't translate them to human for you. Guess it's better than after the stream. Help for the caregivers. Can't find Kelly's Zom link. Scratch his head. Check out Roll Cruz's art. She's been having issues with the Zon, Cindy. Yeah, there's a whole thing there. Rich, the tech circle is all I need at the moment. There are two methods, apparently. One is difficult to adjust to the right location. The other involves a very tricky mesh mask. Well, I do have some history with mesh masks. Oh, wait, you mean digital art ones. Never mind. The Zon has so many issues. They end in credits and a teaser for the next episode. Oh, wait. I should have put the spoiler alert at the beginning. Actually, no. No, my books usually wrap up the main thing, but leave these things. They're not plot holes. They're threads for the next book, dang it. I'm a seasoned DM. You always leave threads for the next campaign so that you can build on it. Knitting needles that long are probably the size of piercers. They are, and they're pretty darn awesome. And I will say this completely without caveat. Spy Family, at least season 1, because I haven't seen season 2, as he immediately caveats. But season 1 of Spy Family is one of the best anime I have seen in a long, long time. To the point it is one of the best television programs I've seen in a long, long time. And it reminded me a lot of why I kind of enjoy anime. It's got a very neat tonal balance, shifting between more serious and more absurd. It's one of those that does not look as smart as it is on the outside, but boy, is it smart. And go grab a perk at igg.me at Cindy Koepp before it goes away in 7 days. Yeah, I know it'll take divine intervention or a bipartisan act of Congress to hit the funding goal, but it's a variable. Hey, you get what you can and you deserve it. You deserve a lot more, Cindy. Punk rock, Trey. Congrats. Oh. Okay, I see where we are. The comments I've looped around to some commenting on the very earlier comments. Accountability started ADD meds, trying not to scratch my brain because it's itchy and my head gets all tingly when I try. You're not wrong. Goal! Wait. Goal! So whether it crosses the line or not, you'll still get your stuff. So that's why I like Indiegogo. Go, crank, go! Donna looks out back window. That is not a snow shower. That is not even several snow showers. Movie trailer voice. February is back, and this time it's personal. We're not snowing. And thus ends her break. Cindy Koepp has to get to a meeting. Ick. Go to CKOEPP.com and get books and dragons. Then igg.me/app/Cindy Koepp to get mosaic waves. Y'all have fun now. You hear? I'm sorry. Ominous speak over voice hopped the comment. It happens. Have a good day, Cindy. See you tonight. Bye, Cindy. Does your electronic device have a jack, Nick? I lost that reference and I'm working really hard not to green room myself again. So I'm just going to run an ad and hope that, my morale improves. Trey's Amaguri are amazing. Both she and Cindy Koepp do great, very different work. And I look up at my little fairy of attitude adjustment, which is weighted enough that I could yell, "Hey, listen!" and yeet it at somebody's head, which tempts me, which is why it's out of reach on the wall of cool right now. Soon. Okay. And have a good day, Cindy Cat. Bye, Cindy. Does my electronic device have a Jack Nick? I still don't. I lost that reference. So I'm just going to keep on trucking. Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris. Chris Squee. Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris. Everybody loves Chris because he said good morning and bye, Cindy. Chris Walker's an awesome dude. Covers ears from incoming Squee. Hey, Chris. And Don says, my babies. A con in Indiana or something? Sarah? Yes. IndieCD.com, the Independent Creator Convention, will be held on the 24th, Sarah, in Fowler, Indiana. Yes, please. Wait, hold on. Sarah, if you're still here. Wow, that one actually crushed my soul for a moment there. Hear that crack? Look, I even made a thing and I used gradients to appease Joe. The Independent Creator Convention, free admission to the public, authors, artists, and more, Benton County Annex Building, aka the Purdue Extension, 410 South Aidway A, Fowler, Indiana, 47944. Open to the public, 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. because that's when I'll be there. It may be a case of everybody else has to, bail towards the end, which happens. But don't take my piano away. So yeah, if you can make it, Sarah, it will be free. We'd love to see you. You and the guild and the green room crew are allowed to call me Richie. That's how you met me, and we've been family since. I try to respect names and stuff. I do go by the first thing I hear somebody's name, and if I mishear it, it's stuck that way. If somebody tells me the wrong name, it's stuck that way. The only exception is I work very hard not to dead name people. Fortunately, in most cases, I have known people after they have made the shift, but I still misgender sometimes because my brain crosswires. But I misgender cis people by the energy they put out, so don't worry about it. I feel all warm and squishy now, or maybe the coffee was hot. Too hot. Me too. We love you, Rich. Lindsay surprised me with a scrambled egg, bacon, and homemade biscuit this morning. Adulting while fueled? Inconceivable. We are 5 minutes away from a group hug and singing Kumbaya. Woo! The green room levels of how I could take that. Moving on! One of these days I'm going to slip and people are going to learn my Gumbin name. Or Kitty and Foxy will say it. I'm still infinitely, disappointed you just don't go by Wolfie. Because you got a Kitty and you got a Foxy. It would just make sense for you to go by Wolfie. Dan, that woman is a jewel from heaven. Yes. Foxy says, I've been careful. Agreeing with Carl and on Lindsay. I should eat something, but effort. Now, Foxy, you listen to me. You be a good girl, and you eat your breakfast. Okay? That is a direct order. You get some calories in you for your own health. Don't make me get all serious. Oh, heck. No. With the leg issues I've had and leg procedure on Wednesday, I'm going to be walking slow and calmly and safely around the house. Okay, well then you do that. With Rich's new meds, he might slide across the floor in his socks. I was thinking the same thing. But Jimmy Dean made it for me. Ooh. Oh, you had the same thing, Dan, but Jimmy Dean made it for me. I crosswired that for a second, so I was trying to figure out why Jimmy Dean was making Richie slide around on the floor in his socks. And I was the next thought going, what the heck's in those sandwiches? I have a couple bites out of my oatmeal and a granola bar down my gullet because I woke up late. Blue Diamond is making my morning. Jimmy Dean, is it bad? Having your nuts, eh, Don? Yep, Foxy. Last man standing that night is going to be interesting. JD biscuits fueled my mornings at work for decades. Wow. just barely started flurrying here. It looked like Christmas should have looked. Yes, I'm still spicy about that. My mornings were fueled by, before Foxy were fueled by rage and black clothing. Life preserver, dying. I know that's the laugh response, but that's also fairly accurate if you tried it. But who knows? It wouldn't surprise me at this point. I'm old enough that we started with wooden desks. Where's my walker? The desks aren't meant for left-handed people. Blasphemy. These predate those desks. These are still the separate ones. No, they aren't, Sarah. I know that well. Exactly, Sarah. See, you guys got to be left-handed. I was forced to sit on my hand and smacked every time I used it, so... Because you can't be ambidextrous. No. Well, good morning. Again, hello. A friend stopped by for a little bit. Oh, how delightful. Wait. There are the three of us ladies all left-handed? Welcome back, Trey. I'm mostly left, but I can use right hand almost as well. Pyrotechnic. Call. Oh, God. That feels like a 90s AOL logon. Who are you? I'm Pyrotechnic. Get good, noob. Anyway. Zombie apocalypse. Safe under the desk despite doing everything else to get their attention. Yes, mostly left-handed. I learned to write right after shutting my left-handed car door, just in case. Yeah. I had an incident with an off-road skateboard. Anyway, they were good for popping backs back in the right spot. School desk double tap. I need to go pop my back. And Zombieland reference. Oh, I fully understand. I'm going to have some fruit salad for lunch. That sounds great. And hey, Grey Wolf. I haven't ran an ad in a bit, so I'll run an ad real quick. Let's see. Who needs an ad? Who needs an ad? I need an ad. Mike Jimmy's Life on Koepp is an amazing project. The fact that I'm tangentially at all involved with that animation is one of the coolest things I've ever experienced. I just love that I get to be involved and do such neat things with amazing creators like you guys. And we've got Carl, remind me about the subversion of an ad later in the green room. Hey, Gray. Okay. Yes, and my back popped. Ah. Good morning. And zombies are overrated. That's a spicy line to drop. Zombies are the kings of boring creatures, says, one of my favorite vampires, easily in my top 5. Hey, Johnny, how are you doing? Hope you're getting in trouble and not getting caught, because that is the way of the vampire. I need to get my dang hair tied. Hey, Johnny, Foxy, all? Of course you would think so, Johnny. Hey, Johnny. You mean Joe hasn't consumed his first can of Plow the Town? Well, Joe's not here, so I don't know. Full Tim Curry? Straight men everywhere were suddenly very confused, and people went with sticks up their prison wallet, suddenly laughing, prison wallet off. It's Joe. I Said what I said. Chris Walker, it's barely snowing here so far. Haven't needed to plow the town yet. Careful if he consumed it, Trey. Joe, nothing bad with being prepared. That spoiler joke was about Spy Family. Meeting, gotta bounce. Bye, Rich. Bye, Rich. Bye, Rich. Okay, I'm heading to Nita Daphne's page. See ya. Yeah, you guys feel free to duck out. I'm only 15 minutes behind. Later, Rich and Grant. Bye, Grant. Anyone who wants training version of piercers, piercers for cosplay or practice, get a hold of me. And Square makes a card reader that plugs into the headphone jacks of phones, tablets, and iPads. That's what I need to get a Square account set up. I had an old reader that I bought, but I never set up and I lost it. So I just need to get another one. Oh dear, I was referring to Square readers. They have a couple. I have a couple with headphone-like jacks. Yes. Okay. That's what I was planning to try to get if it can get here in time. Man, even when I'm being completely innocent, I sound very guilty. That Jack comment was about Square. Okay, thank you guys. Now I know Jack about Square, but Trey says, haha, soot sprites and navies are on the list of items to make today and tomorrow. Yes. It happens, Dawn. Guys, there's so much awesome stuff that Trey's can do. I'm just going to be broke. I'm going to be broke. I don't know how I'm going to do it because I don't know. I'll have my Square if you need it, Nick. Thank you. I just need to set up a separate shop for you so I don't have to keep track of your stuff separate from mine. It would. And Square also has USB version as well that you have to buy. The headphone jack one is still free. Well, I have a headphone jack. As long as it's got enough room to reach through my case. I haven't been around so much, I'm out of the loop. I'm sorry to hear that. I'd have to teleport to you. Now, Sarah, I try to be a very good person. I try to be a very, very good person. I fail, but that's what I aim for. But I will tell you from the bottom of my black little heart and great many, if you should develop the ability to teleport, I am certain it will warm the hearts of many of your admirers. You know me. If I was offended by it, I'd let folks know. I do. I remember a fairly while ago you said something and I tried to fix it and I failed. So I'll bring my Square with jacks just in case. Thank you. Meeting delayed. Waiting until my boss finishes her makeup. Okay. Yay for the delay. Did you get your makeup done? And Rich says, yep. Got mine done. Got my negligee on. That would require me to wear socks. Stilettos or fuzzy-heeled slippers. And Richie says he would have slid across the kitchen for some Jimmy Dean sausage. Let's see. Winter sneezed here. It's a light dusting. It's the inverse of normal practicality. Nothing here but everywhere else getting hammered. And the teachers at school tried to make me right-handed. My mom tore them a new one. Should I mention that in 6th grade, one of my bullies was messing with me and I threw my desk? Hey, look, I've always said shields are weapons. They can get very edgy if you get my meaning. And you're not the only one who's thrown a desk or two. Dawn, when I didn't think you could be any more awesome, you say something like that. Isn't she? Okay, there we go. Didn't it? Through a desk? Dawn, do I need to remind you that this is not a Waffle House? Nope, it was 6th grade. Much scarier. And Foxy says, I have Amish friendship bread for breakfast. Oh, that sounds great. Holy crud, this isn't Flurries, it's ice. Oh no, Sarah, be careful. Snow does not really bother me, but ice is something Ice is like large spiders. It is something I do not play with. Or sharks. Oh, that's not true. I play with sharks. LOL. I'll give you the same hint and say my terrestrial name starts with a J. And I'm always making baked goods. I'm going to try not to think of your name because a couple of J names have history with me. And although my hope is it's another Joe because that would be hilarious. Thesis, I may know your nerd names, LOL. And it's Friday. And the last adult thing needs to happen. I hope everyone has a great weekend ahead. So good, guys. Goodbye, Chris. We'll see you soon. See ya. Baked good arts are my weakness. Foxy says, if we ever get down that way, I'll make cookies. Once again, further proof that my friends have dark side leanings. And I will make stir fry. Oh, you'll make me hungry. Keep talking dirty. And Foxy says, LOL. And Thesis looks like a Joe. Personally, I'm hoping for Jebediah. Anyway, those of you who will know that reference. Anyway, let's see. We need to run some ads because it's well past an hour. And I have some adulting type things I should be getting going on as well. So let's knock out some ads that need to be run.
Hello, I'm Dan Hallfield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Abelian Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphelion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
Dan, and as people ask, can we just call you Bruce? And Dawn has adulty things I should do. I took yesterday off, and the snow today tells me why. That's what happened to me. I was like, I should sleep, but I feel like I'm being beaten savagely for no apparent reason. So I stayed up way too late, but that's okay. Vampire Hunter D was involved. And I'm going to we'll run another ad. Maybe.
In 1948, a man was found dead on the beach. But he hadn't just washed up. Oh no, he was very nicely propped up against the seawall, very well dressed. But there were no labels in his clothes. They had all been cut out. Very mysterious, the police thought. And then they found, rolled up in his pocket, a piece of paper from a novel that said Tamam Shud. When they finally traced it, it came back to the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. But it got even more strange, because in the back of the book, when they found that it had been torn out of, there was a code, a secret code that has not been cracked to this very day. When they finally found his suitcase, it had a mysterious jumble of items, some which were very hard to explain. Also in the back of the book was the phone number of a very mysterious nurse. What did she have to do with the death of the Somerton Man. Find Death and Love Down Under, a novel by Carl Witzman, on Lulu.com in both ebook and print format.
You know, I think that Carl should do a audio version of Somerton Man, because his speech was very nice. I like the cadence that came out during that ad. It's something to think about. And with that, guys, let's go through some of these comments real quick, and then I'm going to close it. I've been called worse. You want to associate me with the GOAT, Mr. Bruce Lee? I will take that. Bruce is a double-edged sword in my world, because there is an individual who was known as effing Bruce that puts a certain level of through me. But sorry, it was a Monty Python. So you're going to call him Drinsdale or Spidey Norman? And no more bread. I could go get more, but I'm not gonna. Ooh, I can see how you are. Okay. Yeah, I have some adulty things to do. Need to get some QR codes made for Dawn. Hopefully I can get these done before I need to meet a friend for lunch. Well, it sounds like you guys have had a very active social day. So I hope you have a lot of fun, Joe. And cat lunch soon. Everyone have a great day. Audio version. Oh no, more work. Oops. See ya, Carl. And with that, guys, I'm going to let you go so that everybody can get about their day. But, one, as always, buy my book. This is a good one. Review my book. Even if you don't review it, tell me. The feedback is great. Oh, okay. You took 2 thick slices. All righty. That's good. Because I was going to have to scold you later if you weren't eating and keeping your calories up. Now, everybody have a great weekend. Yep. Keep drawing, keep creating, keep writing, because you can always edit what you do, but you can't edit a blank page. So I will see you all, hopefully, on the other channel, the Historical Fencing Guild, at 8 p.m. Eastern for the Historical Fencing Guild live stream. And we'll be around. Y'all have a good one. I love you, and you should too. Toodles.